Greetings and welcome back to another weekly vault video with me, Treggyz. Let's get right into it, shall we? Just going right on the warrior today. A whole bunch of achievements pop up again, so that's fun. Good old week of playing a lot of WoW again. Let's see if I get lucky. Well, for I guess for my 2 myth slots, myth legs, which do have nice stats if I twist them. I think I do have a twist available on this character. I do. Harmonized silk thing. So I could go for some mythic tier. There's also all these other things. Tier chest, which I'm supposed to be wearing, but I got the chest from the final boss of the raid anyway. And it's like identical stats, pretty much. So I was like, I kind of was like going to twist the chest over the weekend, and I was just like, well, what's even the point besides just getting like the tier set bonus that I already have? So I figured I'd hold on to it for now. Yeah, I think that's kind of it actually. Nice little arms ring, maybe with a free socket on it. Yeah, I think the only real choice is legs to twist. What do you think, Kat? Just trying to jump in. I'm happy with this choice. Myth legs, myth tier legs. I just have to buy a new thing, which kind of sucks, but no big deal. I have to ask, just to kind of like put this out into the, I don't know, this question out to the world. Is it like, I know that for most of my characters, I'm pretty sure it's recommended to take this one, the Defender's armor kit, but the only real difference is armor versus some stamina. And I've been going for this one so far because I feel like as long as you're not actually tanking for the most part, the armor doesn't really help you out as much. No, nope. I'm just kind of curious if there's any input. I feel like stamina would just be the better choice for, like, maybe if I were to tank, right? Maybe the armor would be a little bit better, but like since I'm not going to be regularly taking physical damage, I would think besides like AOE and things, standing in shit I shouldn't be standing in. Just kind of, it's sort of what I've been going with so far. Is like feel like stamina is just like the tiniest bit more useful, and it's like way cheaper in comparison. So don't know, but it's kind of just what I've been going with so far. All right, let's move on. Next character. Kind of have a little mini goal, by the way, to I'd like to hit 200 subs on YouTube before the end of the year. So maybe if you're not subscribed, it'd be awesome if you could. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much for doing so. You are the best, and you could be the best if you subscribe today. Alright, so DK didn't kill. I don't think it's like I'm gonna make this week. I'm gonna try my best to get a 10 done. I've just been kind of like really lazy pushing to do so. So I'll try my best to get a myth slot, at least for Mythic Plus, this week. There's a tiny chance we could even maybe, I don't know, try Myth Raid this week, because kind of want to push and try to get AOTC, and if we just have bonus time, we may as well, right? Definitely do the first boss. Maybe I'm not too sure about the second boss right away, but we could see what happens. Although arguably, I would say the first boss is actually harder than the second boss, so if we could kill the first boss, we should be able to do the second boss on Mythic. At least that would be my thought process. Um, I just realized I had 2 belts. Very fun. Didn't they buff this thing like 8 times or some shit now? I'm kind of tempted to maybe just grab this as like to kind of play around with it because it has like that weird, you know, you get like primary stat when you're wiggling around, or yeah, you get, or yeah, when you stay still, you get primary stat. You get secondary stat when you wiggle around. Kind of interesting, but I think the smart choice will be probably just upgrading my shoulders to heroic track, maybe. Not very exciting, but like that or the belt, one of these belts, just for not even really the same reason, just a little more high level. I think, yeah, I just go for thinking too hard. I'm just gonna go for shoulders. I'll upgrade them so they'll be better. Not a crazy huge vault for my DK, but that's all right. I'm just mostly tanking on that character. Not a big deal. I should probably go. Next week I should probably go Frost spec for the vault. See if I can get myself a one-hander. I wouldn't mind playing Frost one-hand DK for a little bit, like because I didn't realize that the tier set bonus was just like so heavily weighted in favor of like playing Breath. And it's like as much as I love playing Oblit, like Frost right now, I would say like when I'm like doing world content and stuff, it's I would definitely like to give it a try because I never really played Breath honestly. Whenever I have played Frost, I will not lie. It would be kind of like a whole new game to me. Of course, my Evoker really didn't do anything. I did my delves. Another little candle confident, which not a bad little trinket. Gotta can't use a second one, of course, though. So only that ring was crit haste instead, crit verse, reverse crit, I suppose. Got very boring, actually. Too complicated for me to think about myself. I'm just gonna sim it real fast. What I needed to do this week is I think I did 3 keys, and I should have just done one more to get this other one right here filled out. I just didn't. Alright, looks like the surprise, surprise, the ring is better. 30 eye level and going from blue to purple. Turns out that's a good idea. Not crazy huge, but, you know, good enough. Am I gonna get my achievement to pop doing this? Maybe it won't. Won't even, because I've already gotten it before, like my other characters. Alright. One more little one, just my monk. Alright. Tier, don't really need tier because I already got my 4 set. Pretty a nice cloak for Brewmaster, avoidance, good stats. I got Quick Wit Candlestick, which I'm pretty darn sure is really good for Windwalker. Not too good for Brewmaster, though. I feel like I need to kind of nail down what spec I want to play on this character. Like I've really have been enjoying doing some Brewmaster again, even though I really haven't played. I did like a key. I got myself I crafted up like my shit. You know, got my belt. This, like, I just kind of committed. It's a little annoying that for if I wanted to play all three specs for monk, I always had to craft some different stuff. Like I could have done a weapon on for brewmaster, but at the same time, it would be like I would do no embellishment, and then it would just be like then I would just have like this random weapon that doesn't do anything else for my other specs. Like sure, like Windwalker could use it in the offhand, but it would still be like you wouldn't really want to use like two crafted weapons unless you just are just getting that unlucky with eventual myth track pieces. Although this character and my Evoker are probably a bit of a long ways away from seeing myth track pieces for a while because I've not really been playing these characters enough to get them to a point where they could even begin to fathom doing a 10. It's like again, it's really nice. I can just do like threes through nines, or I guess like I've been probably more correctly aiming for threes through sevens. That's my leg. But yeah, it's just a little awkward if you want to play all the specs for a class and they all want different stats, different items to craft. It's like because obviously Windwalker and Mistweaver want the crafted weapon with Ascension on it, and then the bonus Chitin thing to enhance the weapon thing. So like this works kind of for all the specs, except it's got bad stats on it now for the other specs. There's like the tiny problem there, but obviously I need two weapons because one has to be. I don't think there's a shared Agi and Intellect one-hander. That would be awesome if I could do that, but I don't think it works that way. Um, and yeah, for Brew, I obviously just crafted this belt. So at least I got them both up to good eye level already because I literally had the like the quest to kill the queen thing, little quest chain you do, not too bad. And then my renown is good enough with the spider people that I just like craft this thing up right away as well. And yeah, I think I prefer playing Brewmaster right now, so I'm gonna go for the pretty decently sick Brewmaster cloak. Especially because I'm definitely a little crit heavy right now, and I could probably use some verse to balance it out. And may as well go for again just like a nice statted cloak. And I'm really sorry for this horrible state of my bags, but you know, just a bit of a rebel. I'll find it eventually. I don't know why I'm holding on to all this stuff, but I am. Don't got a whole lot extra to talk about this week. It's just another week in the life. Lots of playing WoW. I obviously my warrior uh got the mythic raid slot, so we're 3 out of 8 mythic. We making some progress in the raid. We did like 3 or 4 pulls on mythic Rashinon, and the fights. It is kind of interesting that like the Dawnbreaker version of Rashinon was kind of like, well, they just kind of like copy paste the boss and from the dungeon to the raid, so you kind of like learn the boss from doing the dungeon, and then you fight him again in raid, and you kind of know all the mechanics, and then it's like it very literally is for mythic. It's like yeah, you get the other ability that he does in the fight in the dungeon, a little like frontal lines, because like there's a point where when you get the waves, not only are there 3 waves on mythic. Excuse me. So there's 3 waves on mythic. You do have to make a triangle, like they're kind of all angled, so you can literally make yourself a triangle, and then like as the waves go out, you get the little frontal web line things that are like present in the dungeon. also at the same time, so you gotta like actually move the lines out so you got room to dodge the frontals because everyone's ideally in a stack, and there's just like one or two lines of death in the very center, but you know you can just sidestep it as long as the other people with lines sidestep it out. And yeah, it's kind of interesting that Blizzard did that. I don't know, I'm not sure if they were really done like the only other time I could think of there was like a dungeon boss that also ended up being a raid boss in the same expansion or tier. At least the only one I can think of off the top of my head is um the fucking General Call from Shadowlands, Nathria, and or Sanguine Depths. You know, even though it's like they weren't really the same, kinda they were the same. I think there was like one ability that was like the same from her version in the raid to the dungeon, but I don't think it was sort of like we're just gonna copy the raid boss and stick it in a dungeon. You know, I don't think it was the exact same. So interesting that they did that this year with Ration. Um, uh, sure, something that probably everybody knows about that might watch this sort of video. Um, Liquid. Uh, let's go back. So for anyone who might want to watch this video, I'm sure people are also aware that the race for World First also wrapped up over the weekend. Our our NA boys at Liquid got it done, and got to watch them live doing it. It was nice that like I finished up raid Saturday night and it was like, all right, I'm just gonna turn off stream and I'm gonna watch Liquid and I'll stay up till they kill it or whatever. And it's one of those things that ended up kind of worked out right away because they killed it like barely half an hour later. And it's one of those it's just one of those cool gamer moments where I think everyone can appreciate that their excitement to kill it and stuff. Like especially because like their kill for it was just so clean. Like, they were so far ahead on boss damage. It's just awesome to watch stuff like that. I didn't get to watch much of the race besides Queen, but you know, at least I still got to watch them kill it. I was worried that day at work. I listened to it all day, but I was like, are they gonna kill it today? Are they gonna kill it? It's like I wasn't so sure, but they definitely did kill it that day, so it was pretty awesome. So, and I gotta get this video out in time before raid in just a bit here, so I think I should wrap it up and get to work. So I will catch everyone around real soon. Remember to subscribe again. 200 subs by the end of the year is kind of my goal. Um, I'd really appreciate it if you could help me out on that. So I'll see everybody around, and I'll be back here next week with another crispy vault video, I suppose. I'll see everybody around.